Enough is enough. Republicans' fealty to Trump imperils America itself. Ah! When the president refuses to concede, it has a tangible impact on the nation's future. Why are Republicans enabling this? The Guardian's Jill Filipovic. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Jill, and I'm sorry if I'm not, but you're retarded. That's correct. You're dumb. Why are they refusing to not concede? Well, maybe it's because the RNC chair says 11,000 people have came forward with voter fraud claims. And Kayleigh McEnany brandishes 200 pages of affidavits alleging voter fraud as she appears on Hannity a day after being cut off by Fox for unsubstantiated claims. This former RNC chair admits the numbers are too small to make a difference. What is the plan here? There's two plans in place that I'm seeing as I'm reading through stuff. One is the Trump election plan. The other one is the Biden economic plan. And we have two sides of the game, as it were. One side is fighting to remain in power. The other side is fighting to financially cripple you. This isn't going to affect millionaires and billionaires. The millionaires and billionaires. This isn't going to affect politicians. The Biden plan is going to affect you and me and people who make less than, I don't know, $250,000 a year, 100,000 a year. If you make 100,000 a year or less, the Biden plan is going to bone you, because the Biden plan is to lock back down. And we can see the media lining up, which I'm going to show you, to get behind this plan, to push forward a narrative already that this plan is necessary via massive lockdowns. Again. Don't believe me? Again, I will show you. In the meantime, we have Trump, who is trying to win via litigation. If Trump wins, there will not be lockdowns. If Trump somehow accomplishes this, and we're talking slim, tiny margins for this to work, Trump essentially needs to do one of two things. There is two ways to make this litigation, election by litigation rather, work properly. Number one is to prove enough votes have been cast, not fraudulently, but enough votes have to be invalidated, or enough votes have to be removed from the totals to create a situation where Trump wins in multiple states. Pennsylvania being key, but then you need one or two more states after that. You need a Michigan, you need a Wisconsin, you need a, Arizona. You need these other states. 1, 2, 3 states would be perfect. The other path is to tie up the process so long that it goes beyond the certification date. The Supreme Court has to step in and either say, these are the totals, or take that to the House and let House delegations decide the presidency. On one hand, both of these are a positive for Trump and Trump supporters. They're going to, and that is to say these paths, not the two decisions by the Supreme Court. In either path, Trump and his supporters get another 4 years of Trump, a Trump victory, a Trump presidency, possibly. The other side of that coin is that it's dangerous. Don't like the results of an election? Tie up the process until the Supreme Court decides. Want to be the next president? You don't have to actually win anything. What you have to do is have enough money and lawyers in place to tie up the elections process, send it to the Supreme Court, send it to the House for delegations, and let them decide, thus taking away the power to vote from the people. That's Those are pretty bad. Those are pretty dystopic nightmare scenarios. They really are. But if they can prove that the process up to this point has been corrupt, this might be a giant positive for democracy in total. The other part, the Biden side of this coin, lockdowns. If we just accept, and let's be real, Republicans, Trump supporters, let's have a quick come to Jesus here. The path for Donald Trump is super slim and narrowing daily. The possibility of this happening, of there being another Trump term, a 2020 to 2024 Trump term, is razor thin. Razor thin. But if we elect and we accept Biden as the president, we have a narrative already forming that we need another coronavirus lockdown. CNN Health, several state leaders are urging residents to stay home as COVID-19 hospitalizations hit a record level. Mandatory masking, mandatory lockdowns could be in our future. Record COVID-19 can't speak today. Record COVID-19 hospitalization strain system again. Hospitals could face greater challenges than earlier this year as coronavirus surges widely and hits rural regions where resources are scarce. Hospitals across the nation, and I'm not subscribed to the Wall Street Journal, so there's only like part of this, but hospitals across the nation face an even bigger capacity problem. You remember why we locked down the first time? We locked down the first time so that hospitals had a chance. There was going to be a giant wave, a surge in hospitalizations, and we needed to lock down to prevent loss of life, not due to the coronavirus, but due to hospital space and capacity limitations. In a segment about this, I talked, and I've talked about this on Twitter. It is a regular thing for hospitals to run at 80 to 95% capacity. That is a normal operating thing. And then you have all of the coronavirus stuff coming in as well, and it creates a massive clog up for the system because coronavirus patients that have to be hospitalized and may need deep critical care tend to be there longer than your average patient. A coronavirus patient is going to be there for 2 to 6 weeks, and a normal patient is there 3 to 5 days max. It creates a problem. There is an admitted huge problem here. And Joe Biden has said repeatedly he will listen to the scientists and the experts. And the experts in the medical field are going to tell him to lock down because medical experts don't care about the economy. They don't. Not even a little. They're trying to save lives. They're trying to prevent the further spread of this. And if that means sacrificing the economy, okay. Despite the fact that the World Health Organization has came out and said that lockdowns cause more problems, not less. Joe Biden's planning on locking us down. Donald Trump is planning on keeping us open, but we're having increases to the record numbers of coronavirus cases and hospitalizations and so on and so forth. There's no good choice here. This is a lesser of two evils scenario. And I don't want to pick. I want to be the Witcher. I want to be Geralt of Rivia. I don't want to choose between two evils. I don't want to make a choice. I'm not going to choose an evil. But it seems like here in the United States, we're not going to have a big choice in that. Not a big say. Be on the lookout, boys and girls. Apparently I have a meeting to attend. So I will catch you guys tomorrow.